If you're watching this right now, you probably believe that to make an extra 25 to 50k per year, you'd need to send 50 to 100 cold DMs a day, post 3 reels a day and sell your soul to booking sales call after sales call. And that is a lie that business mentors have used to keep you dependent on them and lining their pockets with cash. What if I told you there's a system that you don't know, a unique revenue and retention generator that's been created by myself and my business partner Matt Strathern, the exact system that's helped hundreds of health and fitness coaches scale to up to 20k per month by teaching them how to attract clients with ease and actually keep more of that money that they make. In this 6-part mini-series, I'm going to take you through the exact blueprint that we use to help our clients build this without burning out and actually bringing the love and fulfillment for what they do back to the forefront. In this video, I'm going to tell you the exact thing that you are missing that's causing your clients to churn prematurely and stopping you from growing your business. And I guarantee you have never heard of this problem before or been given the solution, because nowhere else in the industry has it except us, and I'm going to give you both in this video. If this video teaches you more about how to achieve these goals than the 6k that you paid your last business mentor, then you can head to the link in the description to access Built to Scale, which is our educational platform that gives you access to all of the tools that we teach inside of our main program, Built for Coaches. So let's say you charge £250 a month for online coaching, right? Relatively average price to charge. And say your current average retention is around 90 days. That would make the lifetime value of your average client £750. Based on our client's average retention rate of 12 months as standard, you are leaving £2,250 per client on the table every single time they leave. And if you're losing an average of 3 clients a month, that means you're leaving upwards of 60 grand a year on the table. You're working your backside off to get more people in the door and fill your leaky bucket. But you and I both know that those numbers are not growing your business, they're just replacing what's lost. It means that you look back over the course of a year where you've worked so hard, poured your heart and soul into your business, only to see your client numbers are maybe about 5 people up from what they were last year. So we give you the exact tools that you need to fix this inside of Built to Scale. But here's an overview of what you need to implement now. So first thing is, although you call yourself a coach, you are not actually coaching. And this is a really common issue that I see a lot of health and fitness coaches run into, is that their belief of what coaching is and what coaching actually is are miles apart. In the health and fitness industry, you're using a hybrid model, and we've actually created our hybrid coach system with this in mind, with the recognition that health and fitness coaching is a bit of a blended model, right? It's a blend between coaching, mentoring and teaching. And what happens for a lot of people is in that first 90 days, the client needs mostly taught and mentored, right? If somebody comes to you and says, I don't know how to work my fitness pal, you're not going to say to them, well, let's explore more about how you feel about that, right? You're going to teach them how to use my fitness pal. You're going to send them a guide, you're going to talk them through it. If a client comes to you and says, I'm really struggling with managing and scheduling my week, I don't know how to plan things in, I'm running out of time, you're going to mentor them. Let me show you how you schedule your week, how you set your week up for success so that you can get everything done, right? And in the first 90 days of working with someone, that's the predominant focus of the relationship. Most of the issues they're coming up against are transactional, surface level things. What happens beyond 90 days is that the person goes through the first 2 human stages of change. And what happens is that they start to experience that dip, right? Because when we go through physical change, we also go through emotional and psychological change. And when they start to experience that drop off, that's where most coaches need coaching skill that they do not have to then retain someone beyond that 90 days. When you don't have real coaching skill, understanding how people's brains work, their unique psychology, neuroscience, behaviour change, you're relying on the same tools that have got you this far, but they stop working, because unless the client understands why this thing is happening, the how we fix it becomes irrelevant. So by developing your own coaching skill and being able to take people beyond that 90 days and work through the tough shit that they come up against, the complexity, the reality of doing these things inside of a busy life, that's when you are most valuable as coach, but those are the skills that you are missing. right? What you actually need is a system that is built over the 4 human stages of change with progressive development designed with the brain in mind. So that way, the client knows what's coming at every single stage, you know what's coming at every single stage, and you've got more to offer them beyond the initial 90 days. Because if they're leaving you and saying things like, I've got everything that I need, right? You've taught me everything that I need to know, and you're thinking, but you're not at the result yet. You don't have everything you need. They're right. You have taught them everything that you know. So actually, if the only promise for them to stay is, you won't get anything more from me other than what you've already got, and I'm just here to monitor you as you get to the result, of course they think they can do it on their own. You have to be able to offer something different in the modern world of health and fitness coaching if you want to be able to retain people for 12 months upwards like our students can, right? Then we have to think about learning how you coach inside of that container with the client. Now again, like I said, because most coaches are not actually coaching, they're listening to solve problems and they're listening to respond. They're not actually listening how a coach should listen. And I'm going to be totally transparent with you, right? Professional listeners listen badly. Everybody listens poorly. I've been taught how to listen on a professional level, and I'm still not great at listening. My husband will tell you that, right? I've got selective hearing. And what happens is that when we're working with our clients, and when we feel this overwhelming need to help them, we're listening for what's the problem, and then we feel responsible for the solution, right? So because you're listening for problem and then trying to prescribe solution, you're only listening for what you feel is relevant and disregarding the rest. So you're not actually hearing what that person is saying. You might be listening to them on the surface, but you're not hearing what's in between the words that they're saying. What's lying behind this? You're not hearing the patterns, the beliefs, the stories, the thoughts that have brought them to this point. You just hear the manifestation of the problem, right? Which is, I'm overeating. What you don't hear is everything that came before that, even when they are saying it, because you're jumping straight to solution, straight to fixing the problem, without actually taking the time to open up the space and have a deep and meaningful conversation. And see just that, being able to hold a space for your client where they know that you are not going to judge them, that you will actively hear them and understand them, and that you will support them in any way that you can. That is the most valuable thing that you can ever give another human being, is time and space to just listen and hear them. And that is the asset that our coaches have that are keeping them ahead in a very, very competitive market. That's the thing that they are able to offer differently, right? So what happens at the moment for many of you is that when it comes to challenging your clients, for example, you're scared to challenge them because you're scared to hurt their feelings in case they churn. However, you recognise, I need to be more challenging and direct with my clients because I'm being too nice and they're not moving forward. And you're stuck only with those two options. You're stuck between, I don't want to be too nice, and then they don't do anything, but similarly, I don't want to challenge them too much because I'm scared that they churn. There is another way, and we hold that other way. So, in summary, the real reason that your clients are churning early from your program has nothing to do with the financial reason that they told you it was. And it's actually because they know that they can get this result without you when you're coaching on a transactional level, right? And that can be a really, really difficult thing to accept as a coach, because we want to be there for our clients, we want to be able to help them, we want to be able to support them. But if you recognise that you're getting to a threshold point with people, the minute they hit challenge and complexity, you're trying to get them back on track, they're being non-adherent, they're stuck in the same patterns, you're getting frustrated, they're getting frustrated, you have to accept that this is because you are missing a crucial skill that helps them to move past these things. And the thing is that if you genuinely want to stand out in the marketplace, and if you want to be set apart from your competition, this industry has never been more competitive than it is now. So in order to have that edge, and in order to be able to be different from every single other coach, it's no longer good enough to just say that you're different. You actually have to show people what makes you different. And this is a skill that you cannot afford not to have, okay? Luckily for you, I'm going to line out a wee bit more in the rest of this video about all the other things that you can consider, that you can plug in the gaps in your own coaching practice, but also within your program as well, because how you design your coaching process is super, super crucial for giving people something to adhere to and helping them to know how they should be behaving and what they should be doing beyond that 90 days, so that it's not just the same rinse and repeat shit that they get bored with really, really quickly. Now, none of this is going to help you scale your business without the right systems on the front end to generate those perfect fit leads who are ready to go the long haul and stay for that 12 to 18 months, okay? And the thing is, we don't want to rely on those outdated business mentor tactics any longer. They are gone, they are done, they no longer work. So what to do is head to Mark's video that's in the description below. He's going to talk you through exactly how you create this with our one simple system. And then in the next video, I'm going to teach you a wee bit about how to run your program so that nobody ever wants to leave. So head to Mark's video for the front end and head to the next video in my series for how we start to build this